You don't need to rise above it. You need strategy. Because toxic people don't play fair, and being nice won't save you. We've all had that one person who just drains the life out of the room. Maybe it's a coworker who always has something sarcastic to say. Hmm. Maybe it's that friend who turns every conversation into a competition. Or maybe it's someone closer, someone you can't just cut off. But here's the thing, dealing with toxic people isn't about turning the other cheek, it's about playing smarter. In this video, I'm giving you 5 clever, psychology-backed ways to deal with toxic people without losing your mind. And the last one, it's the most underrated power move almost no one talks about. Let's start with the obvious truth. Toxic people are not a one-size-fits-all type. They come in different flavors. Manipulators, gaslighters, narcissists, energy vampires, but the result is always the same. You feel confused, drained, and doubting yourself. So, how do we handle them? We go clever, strategic, calm, and most importantly, unbothered. Let's break down the 5 smartest ways to do just that. First up is the Grey Rock method, become boring on purpose. This one's a classic in the psychological toolbox. It's called the Grey Rock method, and it's brilliant. Here's how it works. Toxic people thrive on reactions. Drama is their oxygen. Drama is their oxygen. Attention, especially emotional attention. Whether you're angry, crying, defending yourself, that's what keeps them going. So what do? You starve them. You become as emotionally interesting as a grey rock. Flat, bland, neutral. Let's say your coworker is trying to bait you with a snide remark like, "Oh, working late again? Must be trying to impress the boss." Old you? What's that supposed to mean? New you. Or a maybe. Or just a blank stare. No fuel, no drama, no reaction. Defuel, no drama. And you keep doing that over and over again. Why it works? Research shows that when toxic people don't get the response they want, they either escalate temporarily or lose interest completely. And eventually they move on to a more reactive target. It's not about winning the fight. It's not about winning the fight. It's about not showing up to the battlefield in the first place. Second, the reverse mirror reflect behavior right back. Ever had someone constantly interrupt you, talk over you, or dismiss your opinions like you're invisible? Try the reverse mirror technique. This is when you calmly reflect their behavior back to them without being obvious or confrontational. It's sneaky but effective. Let's say someone keeps interrupting you. Next time, you gently interrupt them mid-sentence and say, sorry, just like you were saying earlier, and proceed. Or if someone is always sarcastic, you respond with subtle sarcasm that mirrors their tone, but doesn't escalate. The point isn't to start a fight. It's to quietly hold up a mirror. Toxic people hate seeing themselves clearly. It triggers awareness, or at least discomfort. Clear least, discomfort. And sometimes that's enough to make them back off. Because suddenly, you're not so easy to mess with. Third, the power of silent boundaries. Say less, mean more. More. Here's a fact that people underestimate. Boundaries don't always need to be announced. They need to be announced. They need to be enforced. You don't always need to say, hey, I'm setting a boundary now. You just act differently. Let's say someone keeps dumping their problems on you, texting you endlessly, expecting emotional labor 24/7. You don't need a dramatic speech. You can simply stop replying immediately. Reply a day later. Later, a day later. With less energy. Shorter replies, less warmth, less access. You're teaching them, without saying a word, access to me is earned, not owed. This method is especially useful with people who love to twist your words or turn your boundaries into drama. When you don't explain, they can't argue. What? You don't explain, they can't argue. Psychologists call this a non-verbal assertion. It's quiet, firm, and insanely effective. Fourth, the disarming question flipped the script on manipulation. You start reclaiming space in your own mind because you get to decide who gets VIP access to your energy. And toxic people, they're not on the list. So let's run it back. The 5 clever ways to handle toxic people are: 1. Gray rock, starve them of reaction. 2. Reverse mirror, reflect their behavior calmly without engaging. 3. Silent boundaries act, don't announce, let your behavior speak. 4. Disarming questions, flip the script with calm curiosity. 5. Strategic distance, quietly move away. Protect your peace like gold. Gold. And remember, these aren't just survival tactics. They're signs of strength, of self-respect, of knowing that your mental health matters more than someone else's approval. You made it to the end, which says a lot about you. Most people stay stuck in the same cycles with toxic people for years, some even a lifetime, because they don't have the clarity or courage to face what's really going on. But the fact that you're still here, reading or listening this far, tells me one thing loud and clear. You're ready. You're tired of the nonsense. You're tired of people playing mind games, twisting your words, feeding off your reactions like emotional vampires. And you're ready to do something about it. That's powerful. That's where the shift begins. And I want to take this moment, not to just wrap up the video, but to speak to the part of you that's been screaming for peace, for respect, for emotional safety, maybe for years. Because here's the truth, dealing with toxic people is not about learning to tolerate them. Better. It's about learning to value yourself more. That's the shift. That's where everything starts to change. Think about it. The moment you stop trying to fix them, prove yourself to them, explain your feelings over and over to someone who never really listens, the moment you finally stop pouring your energy into a bottomless pit, that's the moment you get your life back. And I get it. That's not always easy. Because most toxic people aren't walking around with warning signs on their foreheads. Some of them come wrapped in charm, in guilt, in memories. Some of them are people who once held your heart. Some are family. Some are people you've tried for years to understand or help. And so the thought of stepping back, setting boundaries, or distancing yourself might feel like betrayal. But let me ask you something. When did protecting your peace become betrayal? When did choosing your mental health become selfish? It's not. It never was. You were just made to feel that way by people who benefited from your silence, your compliance, your people pleasing. The truth, you're allowed to stop engaging. You're allowed to not pick up that call. You're allowed to change the subject. You're allowed to say, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with this. You're allowed to walk away, even without an explanation. And here's the thing nobody tells you. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your energy just because they once shared a laugh with you or share a last name. You don't have to light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Zugi, Haki. And you certainly don't need to keep justifying your boundaries to people who never respected them in the first place. That's the power of the 5 clever strategies we just talked about. They're not just techniques, they're tools to take your power back. They're your armor, your shield, your way of saying, I'm done playing nice with people who thrive off hurting others. Because the sad reality is, most toxic people don't change. Not because they can't, but because they don't have to. The people around them bend, adjust, tiptoe, make excuses. Big excuses. Dirty excuses. But when you become the one person who doesn't play by the rules, everything shifts. And I want you to remember this, especially on the days where you doubt yourself. You are not too sensitive. You are not dramatic. You are not the problem. You are not the problem. You're just finally learning to protect the version of yourself you've been sacrificing to keep others comfortable. And that version of you, she's been waiting a long time to be seen, to be heard, to feel safe again. So protect her, defend her. So protect her, defend her, choose her. Because the moment you start living like your peace matters, it does. The moment you start acting like your energy is sacred, people treat it that way. Ooh. The moment you stop responding to manipulation, drama, guilt tripping, passive aggression, you send a clear message to the universe. I'm not available for this anymore. That's real power. Power. It's calm. It doesn't need to shout, but it speaks volumes. Ma! But it speaks volumes. And I know what you might be thinking. But what if they get mad? Or what if they talk behind my back? Or what if they cut me off completely? And to that I say, let them. Let them. Let them be mad. Let them say what they want. Let them walk away. Oh, duh. Because peace comes with a price, and it's always cheaper than chaos. Don't let temporary discomfort stop you from building a permanent boundary. Because what's the alternative? Us. Oh, living your life constantly walking on eggshells, trying to decode hidden jabs, justifying your feelings to people who don't care to understand. That's not living. That's surviving. And you deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. You deserve friendships where you don't feel a burden. You deserve relationships where you feel safe being yourself. You deserve conversations that don't leave you feeling smaller, confused, or drained. And the people who truly love you, the people who get it, they won't punish your boundaries. They'll celebrate them. They'll see your silence not as rejection, but as self-respect. They'll see your distance not as disrespect, but as you finally choosing yourself. And those are the people worth keeping close. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. You are allowed to out people. You are allowed to redefine relationships. You are allowed to choose peace, even if it means choosing silence, especially if it means choosing silence. Because not every fight needs a response. Not every jab needs a comeback. Not every jab needs a comeback. Not every toxic person deserves a front row seat to your growth. And when you stop giving them one, you'll be shocked at how quickly your mental clarity, your energy, your joy all come rushing back. And if it hurts right now, if you're grieving a relationship that never gave you what you gave it, just know that pain is not a sign to go back. It's a sign that you're healing. It's the withdrawal from drama, the detox from dysfunction. Let it burn, because on the other side of that burn is peace, real deep, quiet peace. Quiet peace, the kind of peace that doesn't come from anyone else. Just from you finally deciding that your mental and emotional health matter more than keeping the wrong people comfortable. You deserve that. And if no one's told you that before, let me be the first. You deserve healthy relationships. You deserve healthy relationships. You deserve love without manipulation. You deserve support without conditions. You deserve to be treated with basic human decency, not as someone else's emotional punching bag. So don't wait for toxic people to change. Don't hold your breath for them to suddenly understand. Start now. Start now. Use the strategies. Let your silence be your strength. Let your boundaries be your armor. And let your peace be non-negotiable. Because the longer you wait to protect it, the more you lose little pieces of yourself. Don't give away your joy. Don't lease out your mind to chaos. Take your space back. Take your space back. Take your heart back. Take your time, your energy, your focus, and give it to people, places, and passions that feed your soul, not drain it. And if that means losing some people along the way, so Be it. Huh. Because the right people won't make you feel like you're hard to love just because you have standards. You're not hard to love. You were just loving people who couldn't meet you where you are. Now, you're learning to love smarter, braver, louder, and more than anything, peacefully. So, if this video gave you the clarity, the courage, or even just the confirmation you needed to finally take your power back from toxic people, then keep going. Don't stop here. And stop here. The next video popping up on your screen is going to give you the next piece of the puzzle. Click it, watch it, let it build on what you've started here today. Because you're not just protecting yourself, you're rewriting your story. And this is the beginning of the best chapter yet.